What we didn't know is that while we were getting ready, our shark had left in a hurry. We soon found out why. The smaller shark didn't feel comfortable being close to a 16-foot giant, but I was too excited to care. Close up, the great white is more magnificent than I could ever have imagined. On the boat, Andre said, whatever happens, stand your ground or swim towards the shark. I'd better follow him. The giant shark was curious. Perhaps it hadn't swum with people before. Our only problem, sharks investigate their surroundings with their mouth and sensitive teeth. They wade in jaws first. Even the gentlest of bites would be a disaster.
This is an extraordinary sight. For a reptile fan like me, this is unbelievable. There's 7 Komodos. They're on a water buffalo carcass. A buffalo's the largest prey item that they can actually eat. Nothing will be wasted. They'll eat great swathes of hide, the horns, the hooves. They'll eat the whole lot. Catching prey like this is why Komodo dragons have become giants. On an island, the bigger you can get, the bigger prey that you can bring down, the better it is. They may only feed like this once every 2 months. When they do, they make the most of it. They eat as much as they can, bulk down the food. They can take 80% of their body weight in flesh, and then they won't need to eat again for a couple of months or so. I'm not being reckless. I'm not in any danger. The Komodos are concentrating on their feast, but I wouldn't want to get that much closer. That is absolutely gross. There's one there that went right inside the carcass, and there was all maggots crawling on the side of its mouth. Oh, dear me.
I can see why Komodo dragons have a poisonous bite. You're close enough. Go on, go to your feast. What are you doing? Why haven't you got anything? Go on. Go on. There you go. Come on. There you go. It's 10 o'clock now, and it's getting too hot even for reptiles. There's another place where I can get close to even bigger dragons.
Before we came into the tunnel, the hunters checked for tracks very carefully. People have been buried alive by aardvarks,
and hyenas and even leopards sometimes shelter in these burrows. As we go deeper, I try not to think about the horror of being walled in by an aardvark. I'm speaking quietly, not because the snake can hear, they're deaf to airborne sounds, but because this is breathtaking. Right in the python's lair. She knows that Adamu and I are here. They can sense heat, so she's seeing a heat image of me and Adamu. This is magical. There's a beautiful orange bat, taking no notice of the python just hanging from the roof of the cavern. The bat is too small for a python of this size to bother with. She eats antelope. She's striking now. I think it's time to leave it to the expert. Adamu is going to try to catch her by her head. A gauntlet of sun-dried antelope skin is his only protection. This is where it could get interesting. All pythons have got a mouthful of 100 curved back teeth. No pythons are venomous, but if they bite, those teeth can slice through flesh like saw blades. Giant snakes have tough hides and are nearly all muscle, so handling them like this doesn't hurt them. Adamu's caught the snake and he's dragging it back up the tunnel. It's time to get out of here. Adamu needs to overcome the python's great strength. Pulling slowly and steadily is the best way to do that. This tug of war can take half an hour or more. Adamu's just at the entrance with an absolute giant. They've blocked every chink of light in the hole. Makes it much easier to bring the snake out. It's much more aggressive if it can see the light. What a beautiful creature. This is absolutely fantastic. African pythons, one of the few species that grow to nearly 30 feet. The world record one was 9.8 metres long, shot near the Ivory Coast. This is about half that size, but what a beautiful specimen. Look at that wonderful black and white pattern. Great big belly scales. Big pythons use them for moving along, locomoting. Beautiful snake this is. Well done. That's it, brilliant. I can't believe it. This is the first time I've seen one in the wild like this. A big python like that is worth about $30 to the hunters. They don't make much from the skin. They make most of their money from the flesh. But we've obviously reimbursed them so the snake can be released back into the hole. The first leg of my journey is nearly over. I've been face to face with Africa's longest snake.
Thanks very much.
Now it's time to get to grips with the longest snake in the world.
One of the bear's favorite eating salmon. And I'm quite confident if you stay in this area for not very long at all, you're going to see a bear.
We've got the fish, we just need a bear. I'll sit down here.
I won't be far away.
Yeah, please watch.
I really didn't have to wait very long. This bear was attracted by the shoals of salmon backed up in the shallows.
They're waiting for the rains until there's more water. The bears are coming, but they can't catch them in the lake. The fish swim too fast.
but it doesn't stop the bears from trying. There she goes. They are so bad at catching salmon unless they're in really shallow water. It's like somebody catching a bar of soap in the bath. She can't quite believe that she hasn't caught one.
She can gorge on 20 salmon in a day, but for now the conditions aren't quite right. There's a magnificent male waiting at the water's edge.
They seem to be taking in turns to seeing when the salmon are going to run. This one's probably going to jump in again. It's just 10 or so metres away from me. Missed. Brilliant. They really need the salmon to be in easy positions before they can catch them. Shaped like a big old dog.
The first bear, the female, is back.
This is extraordinary. This bear's got frustrated by jumping into the lake. It can't catch any fish, so it's heaving over these huge rocks, looking for little bits of flesh and dead fish that have been caught underneath from the last salmon run. It is coming so close. And this is a wild bear. This is a wild bear. Who says they're these terrifying monsters? Look at this. It's taking no notice of me turning stones. This is one of the best things that I've ever seen. Beautiful animal, lovely long fur. She's growing it for the winter. This is absolutely extraordinary. Look at the size of the boulder she's turning over.